Tattoo for you, Richard here, and it is time for a special video. So yeah, I decided, I've been thinking about it. I've seen a lot of people do it, and what we're gonna have is a year in reflections video, sort of. It's not gonna be fully just hand to the face, guys. I'm sorry I face palmed you. Such a jerk. But yeah, that geek words, Richard, spit them out of your mouth. I am gonna do a reflections video, kind of like what this year has been like overall. Try to keep it short. It's been a year. Gosh, it's been a year. And then also into that, I want to lead into the goals for next year. The goals for next year. Which kind of is also like an answer a question. Pete, he does the on the bench with Pete's, and he'll typically ask a question, and then we just kind of give us a response, and he'll talk about him on the following one. Well, his last one, I told him that I wasn't going to answer it because I was actually going to do a video for it, but it was going to be like my goals for this year, my hobby goals for this coming year. So that's what I'm going to do too, is like my hobby goals for this year. So to start off with, each year, my family, since for a few years now, since it started at the girls' school, their elementary school. Hold on a second, sorry. Woo, I needed a drink of water. Thus, I have the sniffles. The other night, our air conditioner, our heater, the thermostat, they use batteries in the thermostat to make sure the thermostat itself works. So, well, apparently they went out. So, we woke up to a really cold house, and that was horrible. So, anyway, yeah, so Pete asked the question about our hobby goals for this coming year. So that's what this video is going to be about. It's going to be the reflection of this year and then the hobby goals. So I was about to say is my family, each year since the kids have been in elementary school, have chosen one word to live by for a year. It's like kind of I've talked about it before, but it's a book. You can look it up, and I think it's literally called The One Word. But it's a way to get you out, thinking outside of the box and thinking out of the grand victory, or not even the grand victory. It's a way to get you to celebrate the smaller victories that lead you to your ultimate goal. Most people like your New Year's, you have set a New Year's resolution. I want to get healthy. I want to lose weight. I want to do this. I want to work out all the time, every day. I want to work out. I want to this or that. I want to. We pretty much set ourselves up for disaster. We choose this massive goal, and then when it doesn't happen, we crush ourselves pretty much. When it doesn't happen within a few months, we've devastated ourselves. So with the one word challenge, you choose that one word to live by for the year, and you do everything in your power to live every day, every week, every month, even just little moments with that word. So let's say you pick a word that's healthy. Healthy can lead you to losing weight, to getting better, to feeling better. If you start off the beginning of the year and you're drinking sodas all the time or eating junk food and fast food every day, you set yourself your one word to live healthier, so you decide to kind of cut back on drinking 5 sodas a day to drinking a soda a day, to eventually that leads you in the long term up to you've cut sodas out of your life in general. If you set that goal to just eating healthy, not eating out fast food, you start off with, I'm going to make myself a lunch daily on a week. So instead of eating like 2 meals out fast food, I am eating 1 meal because I'm taking a lunch. As long as you're trying, you're progressing a little bit. 1 week you make that lunch 2 times. The next week you make it 3 times. By the several weeks after that, every day you've made yourself a lunch to take with you, and it's a healthier choices lunch. Each one of those, it's the mini milestones. If you did it one time, that's one more time than you did it before. If you've done it 2 times, then you're doing better. If you're doing it 3 times, 4 times, whatever, you're getting better, and that's the goal. You slip up one week, doesn't matter. There's always the next week to try. There's always a new day to try. So just yeah. So last year my word was purpose. I'm gonna say I lived it. I did it. I did good because I've found a purpose, and that's gonna lead me into my next year's word. We'll talk about that later. I didn't have it, and I've actually made this video 3 or 4 times, just because it's got so long. Which is careful, it's gonna get long this time. So we'll talk about that later. So right now, that was going to continue with the reflections of this year. So that happened this year. I chose the word purpose, and I've lived my life with a purpose to the best that I think I could for this year. I could have always done better. Always. Things happened health-wise in my life. I got better. No, I've not got better. Sorry. I've got worse. I'm getting infections more frequently and easier. My right leg has started growing a lot more because I can't wrap it up or take care of it the way I should. Massages and getting in my blue legs and stuff. That stuff just, it's, yeah. I've gotten worse health-wise. A lot of that has to do with our financial situation and the income that I had coming in and the healthcare that I had being taken away from me. It's taken that happened back in March, April, around that time. And it's taken all year. I've finally got it back. There's still a process that's going to take me another month or two before it's official. And that's not even necessarily going to be my healthcare right away. So, but it's going to be a step in the right direction, and that's a plus. So that has happened this year. I'm not even going to talk about all the deaths that have happened this year. 2016 has been hungry for souls and people. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. That part of this, will remain silent on that note. Hobby life. I've gotten better. I've progressed quite a bit. And I owe it all to YouTube, honestly. I mean, even getting back into drawing a lot more and having that passion for art again, the drawing that I've had before, is YouTube. People pushing me, seeing other people's videos, people trying things, and I'm like, whoa, I want to give that a shot because I don't feel like I could do that at all. And then I try it and I get a decent result, and that makes me happy. So that's pushed me and progressed me a lot more. The inspiration I get from YouTube is phenomenal. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, I just see so many things that people do and just, it makes me want to try it. And then when I can achieve something close to what they've done, I feel like I've accomplished something really good. I want to thank the YouTube community too. I mean, I started YouTube last year. I can't remember, around August or October or something like that. And it was only by chance. I started a YouTube channel a long time ago, just so I could, an account on YouTube, so I could go and like and comment on other people's stuff. Never really did. I was more like a lurker. I would like a thing. Oh, I like this. This is cute, cool. But then I would leave it alone. Sorry. It's early in the morning, sort of. But water's good. I brain farted. I don't know where I was going from there. YouTube, starting last year, by uploading that one towel video, pushed me to do. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a few more videos here and there, and it pushed me to do a little bit more and a little bit more, and just slowly started to open up as it to being like a hobby journal. And then eventually I decided to turn the camera around on myself so you can see this beautiful mug. Isn't it pretty? This is my good side because the beard lays. My beard does the same thing my hair does. This side lays down this way, this side runs away. I don't know what's up with the side of my face. This side of my face wants to escape. So yeah, the YouTube community has been a big positive in my life, and I appreciate it so much. The friends I've made through there. I started out the beginning of this year, say January 1st. I probably had 30 something subscribers. I have now gone 100 times above that, right? Yeah. I'm at 304 subscribers, which I will be doing a giveaway video, setting up a giveaway thing here soon. I'm just trying to work out all the details and then what I'm going to do for that. But yeah, it's amazing, and I owe a lot of that to the Legion of Gamza. Legion of Gamza went through a time period where they had a lot of members and a lot of inactive members and things like that. And so they did a culling at the beginning of the year. I guess that's a proper word, culling. Yeah. So they did a culling at the beginning of the year and just thinning the ranks pretty much down to like a 20 something people. And I was invited into the group during that time period, and that was like I subscribed to all their channels. I watched all the channels. I loved their videos they put out and the content. The inspiration they gave me to do things better. And I was invited into that group, and I was like, whoa, I felt really, really honored to be a part of that and to try to share that same inspiration with other people. Everything I do on my channel is I do my best. I try to do it. And being a part of that community has really helped me a lot. I've made a lot of good friends through it, and even friends outside of Legions of Gamza in the YouTube community I've made. Members of Legion of Gamza, I've met a few of them in person. Frost and Fist, Mythos and Freak, and then another YouTube community member I met, Darklight Dreamer. It's Mythos' brother. But I've actually met them in person, and I feel like I can call them a part of my family. Because suffering with anxiety and depression and stuff like that, and with my condition enhancing all that even more, it's hard for me to want to go outside and meet people and do the things that I used to do, and it really just terrifies me. But these guys have really just. I feel like I could meet any one of them in person and just feel like they are part of my family and just lifelong friends, and I could have a good talk with them. All of them. I mean, all of the members of the Legion of Gams. I could go down the entire list and name every one of them. I'm not gonna, but there's just a few of them. But all of them. I mean, really great parts of my life, man. And I will say great shout out to Mythos and Freak and Raz for just being really good friends and really helping me. And then I've made even a few more friends, a couple of friends outside of YouTube in general. Mike and the two Toms. Just really good people, man. Just uh, really awesome people to talk to, and have really, really people that I've kind of am able to open up to a little bit. Um, I'm sorry about all the ums. I've got a list over here, but right now we're just kind of going over the reflections now. This list is going to be mainly my goals for next year. A lot of it's hobby related because a hobby is a big part of my life. Um, with the loss of my income, it has put a strain on my family in a lot of ways. A lot of ways I don't even show on here and haven't talked about on here. Um, I me and my wife are really really strong couple. We've been through a lot together and we love each other dearly. Um, but it's definitely put a strain on things. It's hard when we're unable to do things proper as a family and be able to like go out and spend time together, like even go to the movies together just because we can't afford it. It can put a stress on things, and I know we probably had a few more arguments this year than we have in the past. But we're still each other's rock. We're still here for each other. We still have the ability to stand up for each other and be each other's bodyguard, so to speak. Like mental bodyguard, to enough to help each other, to be each other's rock, be each other's shoulder to cry on. We're best friends. We're still best friends. Um, and that's another great thing in my life right now. And I want to make that grow even more. I want to strengthen my family. I'm getting on my goals for next year. I need to stop that. Yeah. So like I said, this year's been rough. It's been an interesting year. It's been rough, but it's also been a good educational tool, I guess. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much the reflections for this year. I'm going to end the reflections portion of this now by saying everything that's happened to me this year has just really helped me grow personally, mentally, physically. Yeah, everything. It's just helped me grow a lot, especially artistic talents and skills. It's really helped that growth in the hobby and the modeling aspect and the drawing aspect has really just helped me feel better and ease the initial depression I had last year over things, if that makes any sense. So so now on to the goals for next year. So my goals for next year, a lot of it's hobby related, but the hobby related it leads into other aspects of my life too. So we'll start with the first off, the income situation. It's being resolved. It's being taken care of. We finally got it fixed up. It was a hard process to deal with, to just everything in general. Um, but it's worked itself out. It's going to take a little bit for everything to come back into effect. But then I'll be able to have the money coming in to take better care of our family. It's not enough. It's not like what I used to make when I was able to work, which I would love to be able to go back to because I think that would be awesome. Videos in general. Day in a life at a tattoo shop once a week. What? Not for children, kids. But so yeah. So with that being taken care of, that's going to ease a little bit of the stress and strain that we have around here. My wife, she's working, and her job is a lot. I think her job is overly stressful because, and I know this for a fact. I mean, I know how it was whenever I was the sole provider of this family and I was working constantly. It was a huge stress. And with being a tattoo artist, you don't have like a normal job. You're not guaranteed a specific income a week. Someone doesn't come in and say, you're going to make $10 an hour and you're going to be guaranteed 35 hours a week, or 40 hours a week or whatever. Or you're going to make a set that you're going to get $600 every week, no matter what. You can come in and your job today, you may not have to do hardly anything. You're going to come in today and your job's going to be pushing you harder than you've ever been able to handle, but you're going to get paid this set amount every week. Being a tattoo artist is a hustle. People come in that door, they want a tattoo, you're going to talk to them, you're going to chat to them, you're going to get to know them. You do everything you can to create a good rapport with them so they feel comfortable with you, and then hopefully you'll sit down and tattoo them. And then you're going to make that money that way. You'll have a week in a tattoo industry where you'll bring home $200. You'll have a week in a tattoo industry, you'll bring home $2,000. Most I've ever brought home around there was around $2,500, $2,600 in a tattoo industry. That's great. Sounds awesome. But when the following week you only bring in $200, whoa, And that's a big thing, That was the part of a stress for me. I had reached a point in my career before I made a decision that kind of ultimately ruined that. I was at a shop and I was at a good level of tattooing, my skill wise and my clientele wise, that I could steadily bring in a paycheck every week to support this family where my wife didn't have to go to work indefinitely. And even on the slower months, I could still bring in a fair amount of money to take care of my family. And that made me feel good. That made me happy. I made a decision to open a shop with some friends, and that went down the tubes. A lot of it, the shop itself closed down because of the roommate agreement. We had a roommate agreement. You know, each one of us was going to pay the bills. Each one of us were going to work together to help this business grow, and it failed. Part of it for me was my health issues. Part of it for other people was whatever their issues were and their reasons were. We just were unable to do that, and we weren't able to let that grow the way we needed to. And that really, I think, part of it, not that stress, really heightened my illness to the point of where I had to quit. Had to get to it got so bad that I just couldn't work anymore because I physically was unable to do it. Working for that long, by the end of the night, when I did get up, there were nights where I didn't know how I was going to walk out of the building into the car to come home because my legs just quit working. So that's a lot of that led to the deal of me getting on disability and trying to get better. Hopefully this year, getting back on disability and stuff will help me. I can really push harder than I did before to get better. I'm not going to be perfect. This condition I'm going to live with for the rest of my life, but I'm going to get better next year, for sure. So that's that goal. So that kind of ran off from income to that, but anyway, with the income that being fixed a little bit, I also want to start making bases for eBay, like terrain piece bases. I'm gonna start making molds and stuff and casting those out and getting those ready to go. Just to help bring in a little income and hopefully be for the hobby too. I mean, I have things like Patreon and all this other stuff, but I don't push all those, because I mean, what do I have to? Yeah. Anyway, I have my T-shirt business that I want to start, and that's gonna be that's a goal for a drawing goal in general. I have 4 designs that I want to get kicked up and started and drawn, and once those designs are finalized and I can see how they look and I'm happy with them, then I work towards how can I make this a thing? How can I bring this to fruition? How can I make this a business? How can I push this to the next level and sell the shirts, I guess. I want to work on my skills in general, painting, drawing, the works. I want to work on more tutorials for next year. I want to game more. I've sunk my teeth into the gaming aspect, and I love it. I want to get more models for things. I mean, I have starting the Hydra Legion. I've got a little bit going, but I want to make that grow as into another full-size army. I want to give my orcs some love. I want to get back. Orcs and Tau were always my 2 top armies, the ones that I had the most points in, the most full, complete armies in. And I want to make that happen again. I want to have my Tau, which is my forever army, complete and huge. And then I want to have the Orcs and then the Hydra army, the Space Marines, Legion. I want to make that grow and bring some stuff with that, with the story times, and add all the aspects to all of these. I want to build a gaming table. I have in my head how I want to do it. That'll come later on in the video when I get it started, because it's going to happen. But I have an idea of how I want to do this, and I want that to happen next year. And that's, for the most part, that's it. I mean, besides just, it's overall hobby goals in general. Just getting better, pushing myself more, getting more models, getting some more Forge World models is a dream. But yeah, those are my hobby goals for next year. And I think they're pretty decent goals. They're pretty good goals. From as far as YouTube goals, just share this with y'all to the best that I can. Upgrade my equipment to where things are better, make it easier for me to make tutorials. Really get that down. Have my family more involved in it. Help my wife's YouTube channel a little bit grow, because she's having fun with this. Another goal for next year is just strengthen my family in general. And in doing these videos, since I've done this a few times, at first, I was talking about the one word. That's how I started all this off. And I didn't know what I wanted my one word to be this year. I had a few ideas of what I wanted to go, what my route was going to be, and making this video just a minute ago, it smacked me in the face like a ton of bricks, and that's the way it should happen. When you're searching for your one word, you think of things you want to accomplish this year. You think of things you want or for your next year. You think of um, how you want to do this, what you would like to accomplish, what would you would like to be, and then for a spiritual person, for a person like me who's found his faith again, you pray for it. Let's say you're not a spiritual person or you're not a religious person or something like that. You kind of do an internal reflection. You just kind of ponder on it and you think of it. You can even ask out into the universe. You send your positive energy out and see and think about what in your life you want to be, and that word will come to you. And like I said, I've had a few words lined up, and I was going to see which one of those popped out, but none of them did until this last video. Something just jumped out and slapped me in the face, and it wasn't even the word I was coming to. It wasn't even a word I had in my head. But my word for next year, and I'll make this official right now, is uplift. I want to do everything I can to uplift myself. I want to uplift my family. I want to uplift my friends. I want to uplift people I don't even know. I want to uplift strangers. Someone who comes across my YouTube channel, I want to see it. I want them to see a positive aspect. And in doing that, trying to uplift other people, I'm going to show more of my personal life the best that I can. And in even the stuff that's negative and stuff that may not be the down moments. I want people to understand that with the positivity that I try to show in my life, the negativity happens, the bad stuff does happen, but that only helps me push forward, be stronger, and do what I need to do to be better. Sorry. So that is my one word. My one word next year is uplift. And that is what I'm going to do, and that is how I'm going to try to live my year, is to be more uplifting and just do everything I can to live each day to raise other people up and make them see the goodness in themselves that they may not be able to see. And in doing this and in doing that with my family and myself, hopefully I can, with uplifting myself, hopefully I can push myself to be better, healthy and physically. That wasn't a tear. I had a scratch on my face. I'm just saying. With my family, I hope it brings us stronger and closer together than we've ever been. Our family is strong and we love each other. But I want us to be even closer. I want us to know that no matter what is going on in our hearts, in the world, in our house, anywhere, that we are here for each other. We are here to strengthen, to support, to uplift, to be that person that each one of us needs. That right there is my main reason for this. That alone is why this word is going to be the best thing that's ever happened to me this year. That is going to be the tops. Family is the most important thing to me. And I mean, not even blood family. I'm talking family. People that you can share your life with every moment, every intimate detail, even the embarrassing and personal, just random crap that you have in your life. Those people will see that and still love you and understand you and want to be with you and care about you. And that is why strengthening up my family and uplifting my family is the most important part of this. So yeah, that is my word, uplift. I am going to be a positive force, and I'm going to do everything I can to uplift other people, every ounce and every aspect of life that I can. And I will do that to, again, the best of my abilities, and push those abilities even further. So, guys, that's it. That's my year reflection and goals for next year. I love you all so much. I really and truly do. Each one of y'all are a blessing in my life. I thank you. I truly thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I hope each and every one of you have a very Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. Um, anything right now that you celebrate, just I want you to have the very best day, week, and end of the year that you can have. And here's to next year being 5 times better than this year, 10 times better than this year, 100 times better than this year. Here's to next year being the one of the most phenomenal years you've had, and that we all can find our goals that we want, and we can do everything in our power to accomplish those goals. I love you guys. I thank you so much, and just keep rocking that nerd life, my friends. It's it's the only way to live right now. I love you all. See you later.